You know, talking about things such as the recent shootings that's been going around the world lately isn't a bright topic to talk about, as well as drugs, violence, and influence of power corrupting Earth. This is all caused by one reason. It's pretty much sin. So this term I'm talking about can really much destroy relationships, families, and goals we all want to achieve. But all this corruption on Earth was caused way back before I was even born, or anyone was being born back where God created man and woman, which takes us back from the book of Genesis. So a short story, after God created such wonders on earth such as plants, water, dry land, and other beautiful landscapes he created, so God pretty much decided to create man and woman to be on earth. So the first step God did was to create a man named Adam, and next God created a beautiful woman named Eve for Adam to be with. So after that, God should introduce himself like, hey guys, I'm God, the God Almighty, and told him like they could pretty much do anything and also eat anything in the Garden of Eden, except for one specific tree they cannot eat, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So pretty much Adam and Eve got the memo. They're all like chill about it, like, yeah God, we promise not to eat from the tree you're talking about, and yeah, we promise God. And then God's like, alright, I'll be back, I gotta do something real quick, and pretty much God left, doing something else, but God's presence is still there. Soon then, while Adam and Eve, were enjoying eating the trees, of fruits and all that, but besides the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they cannot eat that. A serpent, which is Satan himself, the very evil guy, plans to destroy God's plans by deceiving both Adam and Eve to eat from the tree, which God told them not to eat. Now Satan tells Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil by telling her, such things such as, hey Eve, you should try out this tree. I heard that this fruit's really good. It's very juicy. Its taste is really, really rich. You should try it. But of course, Adam stops Eve from eating from that tree, telling her, Eve, God said not to eat from that tree, you should not eat it, or else God gets mad. The argument didn't go anywhere. What happened is Eve ate from that tree God told him not to eat from. But doing this made Adam force himself to eat from the tree as well, because of Adam's love for Eve. This big decision changed everything. But doing so, eating from this tree, opened their eyes, described like how it describes in the book of Genesis. So Adam and Eve were able to feel emotion and have this reason which made them realize both they were naked. Now remember, before Adam and Eve ate from that tree, they were living this perfect life, where they didn't feel any emotions or pain. So now, eating from the tree, they now felt like fear, knowing that what they committed is now a sin, because specifically God telling them not to eat from that tree was a crime of disobedience. So what happened after that? So after God, he came back, looking for Adam and Eve. So Adam and Eve, knowing that they could feel anything now, they felt that fear. They hid, they even wore clothes on themselves to hide their nakedness. So God was looking for them. Well, not not actually looking for them, but he was just there waiting for Adam and Eve, asking this question, yo Adam and Eve, I'm back. So where are you guys? I'm back. Are you guys hiding? And then Adam and Eve were telling God, oh, we're here, we're just hiding. And then God's telling them, why are you hiding? Why are you hiding from me? I'm God, you should not be afraid of me. And then Adam and Eve were just, telling God, well, we're not afraid of you, it's just that we feel embarrassed that we're naked in your eyes. And then God's like, what are you talking about? Who told you that you're naked? And how do you know that you're naked? Did I tell you not to specifically not to eat from that tree I told you about? And then Adam and Eve, pretty much told the truth and lied at the same time. Well, it's because of Eve, he ate from that tree that you told not to eat of, and then Eve's like, what are you talking about? And they were just arguing, and then God was really disappointed and angry at both of them. God feeling that disappointed that Adam and Eve lied to God and disobeyed God, which gave God a decision that to punish them and to put an exile on both of them to leave the Garden of Eden. So this is how all sin started. I know this topic isn't a comfortable thing to talk about, but despite the fact all the wrongdoings Adam and Eve did, God still chooses to love us even though we sin. Even though we may describe ourselves as a failure to God's eyes, that is why he sent Jesus to die for us, to receive that second chance and to be saved from sin and Satan himself.
Clinging for life to all your promise, hanging on every word that you say.